episode 21. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from Central New Hampshire. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Old Time Knits. This is my knitting podcast where I share all about what I'm knitting or sometimes crocheting, what I'm working on, and what I've acquired along the way. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Alrighty, I am not wearing any knitwear today because, like the rest of the world, it's pretty hot here. It's so sticky and humid, but I'm not going to do a weather report. Anyway, I am going to talk about what I have on. So this is a shirt from Matterroot. It's just a t-shirt. Super cute. I've had this for a little while now, but I decided I would channel my inner knitting posse. Kim on the Knitting Posse had purchased this. This is Matterroot up in Maine, and super nice, soft, comfortable t-shirt. And I also wanted to share that my granddaughter a while ago gave me a picture she had drawn for me, and I knew that you guys would appreciate this. So here it is. I'm in my heart shirt. So that was really fun. Anyway, that is what I'm wearing today, and no knitted stuff on the body today. I also did want to mention the most exciting news. I'm not going to talk a lot about it today. However, we announced July 1st. We announced that myself and Judy from the Autumn Acorn are hosting a winter woodland retreat. It is a knitting retreat. However, crocheters or fiber-related people are welcome. I'm not going to talk too much about it because Judy and I are going to get together to talk about it and hopefully record a little episode for you all. I know that we've had lots of questions. Sign-ups do not begin until September 1st, but we're just trying to get the word out there. So in case anybody wants to come cozy up with us, then we'd love to have you. There is limited space. And again, we will talk more about that in our upcoming video. And I also have a quick video tour of the place that we will be staying here on my YouTube channel. And I'll try and pop in a link to that up here. And I know Judy has information on her YouTube channel as well. So yeah, we're pretty excited about it, and we can't wait to share all the rest of the info with you. All right, let us move on. Okay, ready for some finished objects? Okay, this is a big one. Hold on to your hats because you're gonna be shocked. Here it is. It's my granny stripe blanket. Yahoo! I cannot believe I am finally done it. All right, let me see. I'm gonna stand up and see if I can show you this. It is quite large. Okay. It goes all the way to there, and it keeps going and going and going and going. Oh. You guys, I am so happy to be done with this. Oh my goodness. When I looked on my Ravelry page, I really thought it had been a lot longer than it actually was. It was April 30th that I cast this on. So let's talk a little bit about it. So I used fingering weight held double throughout, because I desperately wanted to use up some of these partial skeins that I have had in my stash all this time. It gobbled up some yarn. It really did. I used up a lot of, I had a lot of little skeins left over after you do socks or whatever the case may be. I used a size J, which, shoot, I'm sorry, I don't remember the millimeter on it. A J hook, and I used a pattern from Green Letter Day for the granny stripes. This was really a very pleasant knit, and I I probably made it to, well, I think I took my progress keeper off, but I was here on this yellow stripe the last time I podcast. And so then I just did the rest and finished it off. This is for my, I think I told you before, my bratty daughter who has been hounding me for a blanket, knowing full well that I'm really not a blanket person. But anyway, super happy to have it done, and it's really soft and really like drapey because it's all fingering weight yarns. Really feeling so good about using up some of the scraps too. So yeah, that is my first finished object, and I forgot to mention that I will link all of my project pages down below in the description bar so that you can, if you have any questions. I cannot remember what I cast on. It was not as many as the pattern, I think, but it is in my project page, so you can find that information down below. All right, and my next finished object is a sample knit for my local yarn store, which is the Elegant U in Concord, New Hampshire. And of all things, it's a blanket. It is a baby blanket. Oh, it's kind of blowing out on the screen. This is a really pretty green, baby green. It's a baby blanket. Did I just say that? Sorry. Yeah, so it's not a huge size, and it's a lovely pattern. It's some cables there. And I was so happy to have it done. I know it's not really all that big, but I was so bored. About, I don't know, I took 3 skeins, and I'll talk about the yarn in a second, but about midway through skein number 2, I was like, oh my gosh, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Like I said, it's really not that, wasn't that big, but you know, it's a blanket. All right, let me show you the pattern that I used. It is the, I'm sorry, it's a little crumpled. It is a free pattern from Plymouth Yarn, and it is the Baby Alpaca Worsted Easy Care Cabled Baby Blanket. And this is available through Ravelry as well if you are on there. Like I said, it's a free pattern. So it looks really big in this photo, but that is a baby, or excuse me, a child-sized chair shown in the picture. So, because when I first saw it, I was like, what? I'm not doing that big blanket, but it really is a deceiving picture. All right, so the yarn that Kelly, who is the shop owner, chose is Plymouth Yarn, and their baby worsted, or my gosh, my words are not here today. The Baby Alpaca Worsted. And this is obviously a worsted weight yarn. It is 100% baby alpaca, and I knit this on a US 7 what's a US 7? Why can I not remember the millimeters? I'm trying to be better about that. Yeah, 4.5 millimeter. Very nice, very soft yarn. This was all I had left out of 3 skeins, which is pretty good. So yeah, like I said, the measurements were like 28 wide by 36 long, and mine is actually 29 wide by 36 long, and it's very nice. It's lovely. It's soft and pretty, and it blocked beautifully. When I was doing my cables, I wanted to talk a little bit about this. So when I was doing cables, it's a cable for front, so to come to the front to cable it, and then afterwards is a purl stitch. or 3 purl stitches, and it was leaving these wonky holes. Do you see them? It is part of the design. It is how it is. I'm going to fold it so you can see. You know, it's a little, I don't really care for it, but that's just the way it goes. But I thought I heard somebody say there was a tip or a trick. I didn't want to alter the pattern because it is a sample knit. But if you know of a tip or a trick to solve that problem, I can't remember. Somewhere somebody said, I don't know, maybe you do a knit through the back, purl through the back loop. But anyway, if you know how to solve that, that problem, then I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And I'm talking about this right here. So anyway, it was very bothersome when I first started. I was like, oh no, and I had the urge to rip it out. But I just kept going, and really blocking changed it a lot, but it was not my favorite look. I mean, when you're doing a sample knit and your name's going to be on something, you really want it to look, you know, so much better. But anyway, I think that they'll be pleased with it, and that, like I said, that is a free pattern from Plymouth Yarn, and the yarn is lovely. So if you need a baby blanket to knit, then it's relatively easy. It's just, I just get bored with blankets. It's just a mental block from me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I'll get over it. But I have no desire to jump right back on that granny square blanket again. A lot of people cast one on right away, and it was fun and I enjoyed it, but I'm over it for now. So all right, let me see, somewhere around here, let me see what's next. Alrighty, and I'm going to move on to whips. So my first one, it's in my Paradise Island bag. I showed this a few episodes ago. I love this. I just leave this next to my chair, and sometimes if I have something in it, then I just scoop it up and take it along with me, and off we go. Yes, I really like that. Paradise Island. So I can show you her. I actually think that she's not going to be making bags any longer. I want to say I read or heard or saw somewhere that she's moving, or I'm not sure what the situation is. Anyway, I have a half finished object. And these are for my oldest granddaughter, who is a teenager. Here it is. Fun sock. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so this yarn I purchased, let me back up. This is a DK, Sport DK, and it is, it does this design all by itself. So fun. Oh my gosh, so fun. Okay. So here's the yarn. It is called, I'm gonna butcher it. It looks like online, but I'm sure it's Unline or Unlina. And it is 75% wool and 25% polyamide. There is no color number, but there is 150 grams on this skein. 375 meters. So it's kind of like a sport weight. But anyway, I have one sock done, and I have cast on the second. And here is the yarn. It is a blast. I love these kind of yarns, and I get so excited when they make them in the Sport and the DK, because most of these are in, you know, fingering weight with the Regia and those brands. So I was really happy to find this, and I purchased this at the Cashmere Goat when we were up in Maine. They're in Camden, Maine. And they also have a podcast, by the way. I will link them down below. But anyway, I like my socks to match. So, sorry, I'm all tangled. So, in order to get them to match, I had to wind off a bit. So this is what I wound off. It's a substantial amount, but I wanted to get to the orange again. And then I will have some more of this on the other, after I'm done my second sock. And I'm pretty sure I will be able to get some socks for the little grandchildren from that. But let me talk about the sock a little bit. So I did 12 rounds on the cuff, and this is a little bit longer. This is a 50 rows for the leg, and I did a heel flap and gusset, and just did a rounded toe. I started here and knit until I got to this green color, and that's where I knew I wanted to start my heel flap, and then it worked out good for the decreases, and it landed between the two stripes there. So that was really good. So I am making the second one the exact same, and she is gonna love these. So this is a Christmas gift. I'm definitely putting them aside for Christmas. But I also wanted to say that when I purchased that one, I purchased two others. This is really nice, really nice. So I purchased this one, which is, it's fun because they show them on the label. I think it's this one, second one in, and the top one is the one I'm doing now. But yeah, they are, I don't know, the yarn feels like kind of workhorsey. And then I also got this one. I kind of got this one with my husband in mind, but I really like these colors too. So we'll see. But yeah, 150 grams, and it was not, I think it was maybe $30, but they were on sale when I purchased them. So yeah, so that is my sock whip. Really enjoying that. This took me this took me like a day and a half, almost right around 2 days to do, because I couldn't stop because I wanted to get to the next section. Love when you get yarn that you can do that with, and I really thought the toe was fun how it landed too. So super happy with it. Yeah, so that is my work in progress number 1. And my second work in progress is in a bag by Little Robin Cottage. I have showed this bag before. Just love her. Lacey is her name. I don't see her tag on this one. Anyway, look at the handles on this. It's tape measure. Super cute. All right. I wanted to say that, hang on, one more thing. Look at the inside. It's got all these fun words. This is a great size tote, and it does have a closure. Super nice tote. Really well made. All of Lacey's bags are really well made. I've talked about her quite often and quite substantially, and she has offered a discount code, and I forgot to mention it the last time, and I feel so bad, but it will be in the description box down below, and I think it is Old Time, and it'll get you 10% off anything in her Etsy shop. So I will link the shop, and the code will be down there in case you want to purchase something. I also purchased a couple of bags from her for prizes for our single sock make along, which is still going on. Just make any single sock using up some scraps or leftover yarns. That's the idea. And enter them over on the hashtag single socks for the win. Or there is also a thread in my Ravelry group about the make along, and that ends on August 31st. All right, on to my next whip. I am beyond excited about this one. So, a few years ago, my friend Judy from the Autumn Acorn. This podcast seems like it's all about Judy today. Hi, Judy. Her and I have become really fast friends, and we just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And, we talk pretty much on a daily basis, and we've come to really appreciate each other. So, anyway, I'm not sure how long ago it was. Maybe, I don't even know, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, she came out with a cardigan, and it was called the Pajama Cardigan, which it's awesome. It's a wool cotton blend, and it's just a really throw on over your pajamas, hangout cardigan. And I really, really wanted to make it, but it was a pieced cardigan, and I just was not confident enough to piece together a cardigan. But I have seen it, and it is awesome, and I was very, very tempted, but I did not. All that to say, she is going to be releasing the same cardigan in a top down, and I am test knitting. So excited. Here it is. I put it on a hanger so you could see it better. I am allowed to talk about it. It is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about the details here. Because there's so much that I love about this cardigan. It is like a 24 stitch gauge. What I'm using is a worsted weight, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm trying not to let the needles clang here. All right, so some of the things that I like, obviously it's a raglan, top-down raglan. What I like is that she has built in, if you can see that, the button band. I'm not a big fan of button bands, but you knit it as you go. I was so happy, so happy. So that makes it easy. There's no finishing on the whole neck and button band. I opted not to do buttonholes on mine. And then it has this awesome texture on the back. I don't know if you can see that good. Oh, I love it. And then it goes back to stockinette for a bit, and then it will have a ribbing for the band. It is long sleeved, and I could not be happier with it. Blocking is going to be amazing. So let me tell you a little bit about the yarn, which you have seen before. It is called Sea Isle Cotton, and it is from Plymouth Yarn. Also not sponsored, just happens to be that. It is 50% organic Pima cotton and 50% fine merino wool. And I did my Corin cardigan in this yarn, and I will link that episode here so that you can go back and see that if you'd like to see it. Beautiful yarn. I'm going to show you the back. So it's 329 yards for 100 grams. And I am doing it in Beach Plum, which, so squishy. And it's the yarn that Judy used and recommended. And this is Mungo from Rosa Pomar. And it is composed, it's made in Portugal. It is composed of 50% wool and 50% cotton. It is entirely spun from pre-consumer waste generated by Portuguese spinning mills. It is sourced in Portugal and or Spain. So lots of people recommend this yarn, and it's really beautiful. And Judy's first one, her original one, I think it's even in this color, which is color number 004. Anyway, I tried to knit with this, and this wrecked my hands. It is there is no forgiveness in this yarn. And I think that the reason that this one that I'm using is not so bad, see it? It's got some stretch, is because it is, see if I can get it to focus here. It is a chainette construction. See it? So it has some stretch and some give to it. It is going to grow. My corn cardigan, I was able to block it out quite nicely. And I was happy because for me being a tall person and, you know, needing to add extra length, I did add extra length in the texture area. And when my cardigan's all done, then I'll be able to talk a little bit more about that. But I don't mind if a sweater grows in length a little bit most of the time. And especially on that, I mean, it's a cozy, you know, cuddly pajama cardigan. So anyway, I'm super, super excited. Super excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be really great. So, boy, it feels good when you get to the bottom. It's been a long haul. And it always feels that, sorry for the noise, it always feels that way for me because I do have to add extra length to it, and otherwise I have everything cropped, and so if something's cropped, then I gotta add double the length. Anyway, it's all good, and that is all I have for whips today. All right, and then I have a future knit going on the needles very soon. My oldest granddaughter, who I'm making the socks for her, my oldest daughter and oldest granddaughter and I all went to a yarn store called Knitwit, and it's in Portland, Maine. My daughter took me with them, made a day of it, had a lovely lunch. I did not get any footage. I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to just enjoy the day. And anyway, they don't know I have a podcast. And so they'd be wondering why I was filming everything. I just decided not to. Anyway, there was a sample in the store. If I can find the picture of it, I will put the sample picture up so that you can see it somewhere, maybe over here. But it is the Framework Bralette, and it's by Jessie Made Designs, and it's super cute. And of course, my granddaughter, she's 17, and she's this tiny little thing, you know, with a tiny little bust and chest, so she can wear these things. So I said to her, go pick out some yarn, and it is done in a DK weight. So here's what she picked out. This is Emma's yarn in her Drapey DK. So it is 70% superwash merino, 30% silk. That's why it's so drapey. And 231 yards to 100 grams, and it is the Take a Hike colorway. And my granddaughter has red hair, so she likes green. It's not blowing out too much. So this is incredibly soft and beautiful, and I have used Emma's yarn before. It's really, really nice. And so Hannah is my granddaughter's name, said that she didn't necessarily care if she wore it as a bra or bralette, that she thought maybe in the wintertime she would, you know, wear it over something, which I was like, okay. So that's good. But she did ask if I could make it just a little bit longer. And so I'm hopeful I'll be able to do that. I've never made anything like this. I know that when you use a superwash, you tend to have stretching issues on the straps. So I think I'll have to be mindful about that. And it's kind of a test drive for us all. So hopefully that works out, and I will probably get that on the needles real soon. I am on a mission to get my pajama cardigan done so bad. I just want it. I just really, really want it. And so that is my goal for that. I do not have anything else that I have purchased. I am trying to be good. And in fact, I have been working diligently to clear out my stash. You know, you get to a point where you have too much and it's, I don't know, it starts to maybe overwhelm you, or it was me. I love my yarn stash, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of stuff in there that I just was thinking that I just won't use, you know, and it's been in there for quite a few years, because when you first discover indie dyers, and you know, throughout the pandemic, we were just ordering online and just, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about if you have a stash. So there are things that I purchased and I loved them at the time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I still love them, but I know somebody else will. That all being said, I am destashing a little bit, and some things will get donated, and it's a process. It's not something that I'm going to do all at once. I'm doing a little bit at a time so I don't get overwhelmed. Right now, what's overwhelming me are my baskets and buckets of partial skeins and scraps. And so I really need to figure out what I'm doing with those. They just sit there. You know, we have all good intentions, and you know, I do use as much as I can. I used a lot for my granny stripe blanket. I mean, that really gobbled up a lot. And if I was a blanket person, I'd be good and pop one of those right back on the needle, but I just don't think I want to. And I'm tired of all the random balls of yarn everywhere. So that's what I'm working on. I think you get to a point where you know, it gets to be heavy, and I don't know. I just feel like it's wasteful. I feel like somebody could make good use of this yarn, and it should be that way. So this is a process that I'm going to be going through, and you know, hopefully it all works out. All right. Anyway, Judy and I will be recording a video hopefully at the beginning of August with information on the woodland retreat, but I do hope that you get a chance to check out the video. And also, I almost forgot, you guys, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. That is just so exciting. That's a big milestone for a lot of YouTube channels, but for me, I'm super proud because I have gained every single one of my subscribers just being me. Not to toot my own horn, I'm just saying. And I'm so in love with all of this, all of the people I've met, all of the connections that I've made. I've said it a lot, but thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed and would like to, I would really appreciate it. We will definitely have a giveaway for when I reach 1,000 subscribers. So that is that. All right, everybody, I think I'm going to leave off here, and I don't have anything else going on right now. A little bit shorter episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.